Hello, this video is a special message regarding Slytherin house in Harry Potter. You might know someone who is a member of Slytherin house. You might be a member of Slytherin house, and you might feel conflicted about what that means for you and for your relationships with the people around you. So looking at Slytherin house from a biblical perspective, remember J.K. Rowling, the big Christian here, we can see some fascinating things going on with snakes, the symbol of the house. In the book of Numbers and in the book of Isaiah, the word for snake and the word for seraph, which is burning one, is interchangeable. So when Isaiah and the book of Numbers talk about snakes and the burning one, the seraphim, they flip it around. So for instance, in Numbers, Moses is told to put a saving burning one on a pole. And then in the next sentence, the burning one is described as a snake. So there's this ambiguity here. What is it talking about here? A snake or a burning one? And what is the burning one? In terms of the snake, we see throughout the Bible the snake being shown as an image of evil. In the book of Revelation, the devil is described as a snake. He is a serpent. In the Garden of Eden, we all know the snake is an embodiment of evil, and we often see in the Bible snakes doing evil things. Okay, we can understand why. They're poisonous. Okay. Then we also see in the book of Isaiah and the book of Numbers, snakes operating as vehicles of God's saving judgment. Isaiah has fiery snake. A flying snake operating as part of God's saving judgment. So that's a bit different. And then, not only that, we then have this thing where Moses is putting up a snake on a pole, and everyone who looks at it is saved. And Jesus says in the Gospel of John, I am going to be like that saving snake. So I am. As Moses raised up the serpents and saved people, so I am going to be raised up. So there's a real spiritual element here to the understanding of a snake. The word that Isaiah uses for snake all the time, at one point in his book, he describes heavenly beings with wings. Only this time it's not one on earth enacting God's saving judgment. It's the seraphim in heaven with wings, like a flying snake. So these snakes, they seem to just represent the spiritual generally. And these spiritual can be working for good, and can be working for bad. So the seraphim, the burning one, can mean snake, which I suppose you can understand them thinking of snakes as some symbol for the supernatural, because they're pretty supernatural, weird-looking beings, aren't they, snakes? So, bottom line is, in the Bible, yes, we see snakes representing evil, but yes, we see snakes representing good. Remember, Jesus says, be wise as serpents. That doesn't mean, be wise as an evil thing. It's about serpents as representing something great, something spiritual. He says, be wise as serpents. So, if you are in Slytherin House or a loved one is a member of Slytherin House, my message is do not despair. And that's J.K. Rowling's message as well. Spoilers. Think of, okay, there are plenty of psycho, evil Slytherin members, but think of all the good ones. Severus Snape, Horace Slughorn, Regulus Black is amazing. He's amazing. He's fantastic. So, yeah, Slytherin House. I think the basic message is it doesn't represent evil, but it does represent maybe a higher consciousness, that wisdom of snakes, you know? I think that's what it's all about. Now, that higher consciousness, that way of thinking can be used for evil, or, as Horace Slughorn, Snape, and Regulus Black demonstrate, it can be used for good. And that's what the Bible says too.